Hi guys, and welcome. You guys tune in. Sorry about keeping you guys waiting. Now that you guys here, don't forget to give me a quick thumbs up. Now that you guys here, before I jump into this real, well, I would say it's a quick story, but time flies when we're having fun. Um, Hi guys, and welcome. Guys tune in. Sorry about keeping you guys waiting. Now that you guys here, don't forget to give me a quick thumbs up. Now that you guys here. Before I jump into this real, well, I would say it's a quick story, but time flies when we're having fun. Um, hi guys, welcome. Guys tune in. Sorry about keeping you guys waiting. Now that you guys here, don't forget to give me a quick thumbs up. Now that you guys here. Before I jump into this real, well, I would say it's a quick story, but time flies when we're having fun. Um, hi guys, welcome. Guys tune in. Sorry about keeping you guys waiting. Now that you guys here, don't forget to give me a quick. So guys, just had to do some last minute adjustment. Um, I see there's a few of you guys here. No one has thumbs up as yet, um, but it's still early. I want to have to give everyone a few. Hey Blair, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. You're here for this. It's kind of like a quick story, Blair. Since you're here, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. It was just like something weird that I'm gonna change in the person's name. I'm not really sharing any names, but this is something that actually happened. I just wanted to share it with you guys. So Blair's here in the house. Thank you, Blair. And I have other friends. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, everyone that's here. So I could jump into this real quick story. Let's see, where do I start? I'm just waiting for a few more you guys to come in. Thanks. There's a few people that are in so far. Thank you guys for tuning in. Okay, so where do I start? Um, there's a few people here already. I'm just waiting for a few more to tune in. Um, shouldn't really take that long. I didn't really plan to do like a live stream today or anything, so this is kind of like random. I just felt like, you know what, this story really happened, and I just wanted to get it out there, you know, real quick. Let me see, what else? Just waiting for a few minutes for, people to tune in so we can get this thing going. Hmm. So guys, you can see you guys are viewing. Thank you guys that tune in. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, guys, so I can get this story started. I see you guys are tuning in. There's a few people that are here. Thank you everyone that's in so far. Sheldon is here, so I see everyone is tuning in. I know this is a random. Oh, Slim is also here. This is really random, guys. I didn't really plan or anything, but because this really happened to someone, this story, I just had to share. I'll change the name around and other stuff so it doesn't seem so obvious. But I just wanted to share it with you guys because I don't know, maybe you guys can give me your feedback on, you know, um, what kind of advice I should have really, shared with, this particular person, because apparently they, they're going through something right now. Hey, my friend, I see everyone is tuning in now. Alice. Oh, this is the first time you're here. Alyssa and Slim and Sheldon. Blairs, there's a few people that are tuning in for the first time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I didn't really plan to do this live thing. Guys, don't forget me a thumbs up as soon as you came, and so more people could, see that I'm really on, live, and they could tune in as well. Thank you so much, Alice, for, stopping by and showing love. If you're here to listen to this real event, something happened. I'm changing the names because I really wanted to affect like the parties that's really going through this right now. I just wanted to share it to you guys because it's like really deep, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe things like this is really happening, especially in a time like this, which is weird, guys. But you know what? I was thinking about waiting for a few more people to, hop in so I could get this story started. so everyone can, who's here and who's ready for the live story. Thank you for everyone so far. I'm getting a few thumbs up. Appreciate everyone that's been giving me, thumbs up as soon as they come in. I'm probably thinking about waiting a few more minutes before, I actually do this live thing. So guys, I think I had everyone that's here so far giving the thumbs up. I don't know if I should wait for everyone to fully tune in. I know that a few more people probably, I don't know. It's over here in New Jersey. It's actually like 12 o'clock. So I'm not really sure about other states and other places around the world. I know there's different time zones everywhere. Thanks everyone for giving me thumbs up so far. And maybe I should wait a few more minutes, or I should just jump right into this story. So it doesn't really have to be like a really long live stream. I guess people who come in late, they probably could go back and watch it anyway. I won't really keep you guys waiting. Let me see what some of these people said. Alyssa singing. It's 8. Oh yeah, I didn't know it was 8 p.m. Almost 9. Well, over here it's actually 12 o'clock. So I guess you can see the timing. Blair's. Oh, Blair said, "What is the noise in the background?" That's actually Let me see, what is it called? It's called rainforest sound. It's just like bugs and stuff going on, like some nature stuff. I like listening to those stuff. Usually I do it on other live streams and stuff like that. It's kind of like a distraction, which it's okay. When you're doing live stream, that happens sometimes. Usually I listen to the rain, ocean sounds, or some. Let me give you an idea, guys. White noise. I think that's the ocean. Yeah, I think that's the ocean. So guys, I guess for whoever is here, I don't want to keep waiting for people to come in. If you come in a little bit late because you're busy, you might miss the whole point of the story. Slim, I'm not sure if you're still here. For everyone that's here, really want to hear the story, I could just start from the beginning. I'm not giving any names, I'm just giving like what really happens. Oh, Slim, okay, I see you still here. So since this didn't really plan or anything, it's just something random that happened. And I just wanted to put it out there to see, like, why people are like this, especially in a time when, you really need to stick together. Now, let me just jump right into it, because usually I would wait, but you know what? I don't want to be on here for a long time. And also, I want you guys' feedback, I don't know if I should have really put it out there like that. But anyway, let me see. Maybe I could wait a few more minutes, Blair's. Okay, Blair's. Okay, so over there, Blair says it's only 9. Unbelievable. 9:53, which is, it's not that late over there. Oh, Sheldon, you still here? Okay, I see everyone is still here. Sheldon's here, so all is well. Yeah, Sheldon, everything is good. He said, all is well. Ended, bro. Love the background. Yeah, I tried to change it up, Shell. This is something new that I'm trying. I have different background. I have this background, I have my green screen, and I have the other side of the apartment where I have my, the TV and like a little system and, music stuff on that side. So this is just something that I created for like a live stream audience kind of thing, you know, in which it's okay. And tomorrow, you know, I'm uploading my video because I do like weekend upload anyway. So this is not really anything to do with that. Today's about the story. So for everyone that's tuned in, I don't know if I should wait for more people to tune in or should I just go with it. Um, some people they probably feel weird, you know, why I didn't wait because I didn't give anyone any kind of, you know, no one had an idea. Sheldon and Slim. Okay, Slim, you still here? Alyssa, you still here? There's a few people that's still here. Blair is still here. I can get right into the story. So, and then, you know, maybe we could just chit chat about it real quick because I just really want to get it out there, get it over with, you know. Okay, listen. So, Blair's, let me just jump into it. I don't want to keep this video. I just want to get it out there and get it done with. So basically, there was a story that shared with me, and I don't have to get into names and stuff like that, but someone from so say the person, okay, Blair, okay, you guys are here still, okay, so I'm just sharing the story right now, and you guys just listen and give me your feedback on what's really happening and what should have been my advice to like this person who was going through this. So basically, a person, which is a female, she was living here in New Jersey, and you know, she met someone who he lived in Florida, right? But he come to New Jersey to visit friends and family, and he met, you know, this person, which is a female, and they start dating. They were dating for a while, and you know, they were doing the long distance relationship thing. You know, he would fly up to New Jersey and spend some time here, you know, especially at her house because she was living with her mom at the time and stuff like that, and he would do the back and forth. So it turns out that a few months into it, you know, she was expecting, you know, she got pregnant. So he flew up, and automatically he's proposed to her and saying, listen, you know what, we should get married, we should do it the right way, and you should come and live with me in Florida. So she agreed because she was living with her mom anyway. So she moved to Florida to live with her fiance because once, you know, he found out that she was pregnant or expecting, he proposed to her, you know what I mean? Which it's kind of like the right thing to do, because if you're boyfriend and girlfriend and you get pregnant, he should man up and be like, listen, you know what, I'm gonna take care of you, since, you know, we was already dating and stuff like that. So it turns out that she decided to move to Florida and live with him, right? So I would say 7 months, okay, in her pregnancy, she started having like all kinds of issues. You know, some women know about people who are high risk with pregnancy, and some people understand that, you know, some women, their whole pregnancy, they feel like crap. They really need help to move around. They can't do anything and all that stuff. So she reached out to her mom, right? And she was like, Mom, you know, I need your help. Can you come down here to help me out? And the mom agreed. Said, okay, I'll come down and help you out because I know you're having a difficult pregnancy. And, you know, she related to her fiance, and, you know, she told him, she was like, well, listen, you know, I'm gonna call my mom. I'm gonna have her come down here so she could help me out since you're working and stuff. You're not home, because, you know, she's just there by herself and she doesn't know anyone. She just left from New Jersey and she moved to Florida. So he told her, he said, listen, you know, I don't want your mom here. So she was like, I need help. You know, he was like, well, you know, your mom could rent a apartment somewhere and she could stay there, or she could stay in a hotel or wherever, but not at his house in Florida. And, you know, she was like, that's weird because she never seen this side of him, you know, before. And then he was like, well, if you don't like my rules, you could go and you could stay with her at the hotel, which to me that was weird because I'm like, oh, you pick up from here, you live in New Jersey and you left. And he did this was weird, and I had no idea that apparently they had some kind of, you know, son-in-law, issue. I didn't know he was having issue with his mother-in-law. So the whole problem is now she don't know what to do because she's like, almost 8 months pregnant, and her fiance is telling her, listen, I don't want your mom at my house. She could stay at a hotel or she could rent an apartment somewhere, but she's not gonna. And she's, remember, the mom is leaving New Jersey because the mom is not working. You know what I mean? She retired. So she's leaving New Jersey to go to Florida to help out her daughter, and her fiance saying that your mom is not allowed in my house, and if you don't want to obey my rules, you got to go and stay with her, being pregnant or whatever it is. Stay in the hotel with your mom, or if you rent an apartment, you got to go there and stay with her. So my thought was when I heard that, I'm like, so what's going to happen when you have the baby? You know what I mean? Because now she's going through all kind of difficulties, and I'm like thinking, this is just the start. Because this is so crazy. Because imagine, guys, someone being pregnant. We all know, some women, they have a lot of complication in their pregnancy. You know what I mean? These are facts. Everybody knows this. This is nothing new. So when I heard this, I was kind of surprised. I know this happened a lot, but this was the first time that I'm, knowing like of this really happening. Like, especially I'm from New Jersey, like the town where I'm from or whatever it is. Like, I'm surprised, especially with what's going on, and I don't understand. Like, everybody should be helping each other, and I'm thinking, regardless whatever issue he has with her mom, I'm saying that she needs the help. And I mean, you got to think about it. She's going through something right now. You can't really be there for her because you got to provide, which is pretty dope. I think he's working, handling his business, taking care of whatever he got to take care of. But the mom situation, guys, I just didn't really get it. I didn't really understand what's going on. Yeah, Sheldon, I'm telling you. Sheldon said that's crazy because it was, I don't get it. This is some wild stuff. I don't understand why someone would do something like that. And then, listen, this is the problem. And then he's thinking that, okay, you know what, I'm going to marry her after she give birth or whatever the situation might be. So think about this, guys, for a minute. Now, if he's doing this now, can you imagine once they're married and maybe the kids get a little bit older or whatever it is, or babies or whatever the situation might be? In every relationship, in the beginning, guys, you don't always see certain things about a woman or certain things about a guy. Okay? This is in the beginning. In the beginning, everyone is on their perfect behavior, whether it's the man or the woman. Now, maybe sometimes a few months or a few years in the relationship, the woman or the man, they change in a way that you be like, huh? I didn't see this coming. But to be honest, I'm not an expert, but I have a lot of experience, and I'm always one of the popular dudes. Like, I never was, I never felt weird or anything like that. I'm always felt like loved and like real popular. Like, that's always been me since I was a kid. Grammar school, high school, just school in general. I never had any problems. Now, so I experienced a lot of ups and downs because people are only nice to you for a few minutes, but after a while you start seeing their true colors. So for me, I didn't even know what to say to this person, knowing that this person was going through like some confusion. Like right now, can you imagine? You know what I mean? You love this guy because obviously, you know what I mean? She loved this dude, right? Because think about it. You like for you, like you live in LA, or you know what I mean, wherever you live, and you decide, listen, you know what, I'm coming to New Jersey. I'm just moving, taking everything, leave my house, mom, whatever it is. I'm moving to New Jersey. And then once you move to New Jersey, you find out that, your boyfriend or fiance, whatever, have, some ways about him that's not really cool. And that's what kind of like, it kind of bothers me for a minute, because I had to think about it. I'm like, yo, why would, he really do something like that? The bottom line is, this is a woman that you're about to marry. So for me, I'm just thinking that if you're about to marry someone, chances are you should be able to, get along with this person. That's all I'm saying. Like, get along with them, get along with their parents, and even their friends. Like, I'm just saying that, like, to have a peaceful relationship. Let me see what Alyssa said. Alyssa says that's why you gotta get some kind of one longer in a few months. Yeah, actually, you're right. The bottom line is, it takes time to know people. You know what I mean? Like, so it doesn't matter if you guys just start hooking up or whatever it is. It's probably gonna take a minute, because people don't always show their true colors. You know what I mean? So that's the problem. And if you don't really show your true colors, guys, like a lot of guys, they mad slick. They could, show a certain side, and you'd be like, nah, I ain't even see this coming. Like, even your girlfriends probably be like, girl, I didn't know he was like that. And you'd be like, I didn't know either. But probably there had to be some kind of sign that this guy was kind of on the aggressive side. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in the beginning, you had to see something. But most women and men too, usually the first signs, they always skip over it, or they'll be like, nah, he's just saying that because he's upset, or he's just like this for once in a while. This is not how he is. He's just saying these things because he's mad. But remember this: whether a guy or a woman say certain things because they're upset, or they'll probably say, no, I'm just playing around, you always got to think about whatever they say, because half the time, whatever someone says something, they really mean it or meant it, whatever the situation might be. They could change what they say after. Oh, I didn't mean it. Oh, was just mad. Trust me. Whenever they say something, just like, for instance, if someone curse at you and say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse at you, the bottom line is they really meant to curse at you. You know what I mean? They'll probably say, oh, I didn't really have any control over what I have done. But for the most part, everyone has some kind of control, unless it's some kind of illness. Like, if he has an illness, you know what I mean, then that's different. You know what I mean? But if he's like, okay, I'm not saying normal, because right now I don't even know what normal is anymore. I don't really get it. But I'm just saying that, like, right now, for a woman and men, because this thing happened on both sides. You know what I mean? Like, I had friends too who are male. I don't even want to get in their stories, because some wild stuff happened to these guys. Like, if I decided, listen, to share stories on things that happened to friends of mine, I'm talking about guys who are married, guys who were divorced, guys who had girlfriend issue, whatever it is. And then I have friends who are female, and they have all kinds of problems. Most of the time they come to me. They like to say I'm the guru. You know what I mean? But I'm not really any guru. I just have a lot of experience, and I like to just be balanced. I like to share the facts, and I like to share what I call reality. Like, for me, reality is stuff that is simple. Like, if I say the sun, that's what I know it as. That's the sun. That's just a reality. That's the moon. That's the stars. Those are trees. That's a dog. That's a cat. This is what I consider as reality. But when you start talking about stuff that doesn't make any sense and doesn't add up, then it becomes an issue. I'm not here trying to say I know all the story about this guy and what he went through and what's going on with him. I'm just saying that for you guys out there that's listening right now, think about it for a minute. If you was in a position like that lady, girl, what would you have done? Like, think about it. Like, you pick up, you left your mom's house or maybe your own house, you give up your apartment or whatever you have, and decide, okay, you know what? Since I'm pregnant now, and we was doing that long distance relationship, I'm gonna move and I'm gonna live with him. And now you're living with him, and you're miserable, and you're stressed out, and you're pregnant. So think about it. How would you react to that? Let me see what Allison said. I would have left and go back to your mom. Well, Allison, I don't really know if that would be the right thing to do, because listen, I don't really support the whole idea of, what I mean, kids being separated. Like, the mom live over here, the dad live over here. That's never a good thing. And I understand. Don't get me wrong. Like for me personally, I was raised by my grandma, because my mom and dad, they was, traveling all over the place. And, I just stood with my grandma since I was old enough or whatever to start doing my own thing. So I'm not saying, because I'm pretty much decent, you know what I mean? I think my grandma did a pretty good job. But what I'm saying, let me see what Elisa said. Elisa just said something. But if it's our relationship and no one should, okay, I get what you're saying. No one should stay in a horrible relationship, especially if it's abusive. Now, Alyssa, do you consider what he's doing to his fiance who's pregnant as some kind of abuse? Like, what would you think that's abuse? Maybe it is. I don't know if it's mental abuse or whatever, but I know it's not physical abuse. I'm just saying that I know it's abuse, but I don't think it's physical abuse. It got to be maybe a mental abuse or something like that. But I think, well, it might be hard because he's not looking into the market. Okay, well, but I'm just saying that this is really weird because, okay, question to Alyssa. So I know it's weird, I get it. So what if he was married to this woman who's going through this and she was pregnant and all the scenario we like? Because I think when a woman is married to her husband, she kind of have to choose her husband before her kids and before her parents. I think that's how it works. I'm thinking, I don't really know, because these days marriage is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like, people don't really get what to do. People don't know who's right and who's wrong. Marriage is always complicated, just like any other I think relationship in general is complicated. So I'm saying that the situation, I think he should be more sensitive towards his wife's feelings, whatever she's going through right now. Because most women and men are quick to leave. You know what I mean? If you guys agree with me, say yes. But if you don't agree with me, just say no. But to me, I'm telling you, this is just the reality. Most men are quick to leave. And most women are quick to leave. The first sign of trouble, they're out of there. They'll be like, you know what? I'm not staying around. I'm not going to deal with this mess. And I think these women and men who leave their relationship or whatever it is, really, I think those are strong people. You have to be very strong to say, you know what, I'm leaving a relationship. Because once you invest all your time into a guy, into your husband, into your wife or your girlfriend, you really don't want to leave because you're comfortable. Especially if you put in some time. Like, listen, let me tell you. If you were a guy for 5 years, because I think, okay, I'm sharing it with you guys, I'm showing my skills. So if you want to know more, you're probably going to have to read that book from Steve Harvey, because he's giving away all the skills as well. I do believe that in every relationship, girlfriend, fiance, whatever it is, it's supposed to be a 5-year rule. Like 5 year is the maximum. If you're with a guy for 5 years, and I do believe that 5 years might be a bit long, but I'm just saying, if you put all that time and energy in a relationship for 5 years and you haven't got the commitment that you want, it's okay to walk away and maybe start fresh. It might be hard, but it's okay. Because the truth be told, whenever it's a guy, or it could be a woman, it doesn't matter which, species it is, people might be comfortable, whether it's the guy or the woman. And once they're comfortable, they're not trying to grow and they're not trying to change their lifestyle. And if the guy or the girl or the woman, man, whatever you want to say, if they're not willing to change their lifestyle, I say, for whether it's a male or female, you guys got to call it quits. You know what I mean? So, and I always advise everyone. I say, listen, if you want to meet someone, I should make some videos on how to meet people because it's really simple. Maybe for me it's simple, but other people it might be a little bit difficult because not everyone has the ability to hear, someone say, "Oh, I'm married," or "I have a girlfriend," or "I have a boyfriend," or whatever the situation. A lot of people can't really take rejection. Rejection, guys, is actually a big thing. Like guys, I think women are more strong on this when it comes to rejection. They don't want to get rejected, so they only always try to play it safe. So even if they really like a guy, chances of that woman to go up and say, listen, I really like you, and can we go out to dinner or whatever it is, women will not do that. They will give you hits that they like you, but they will not really come out and say, listen, let's go out, let's go for dinner or whatever the situation might. That's more like a guy move. Now, most guys, they do not do this because they don't want to get rejected. So that's the problem that we're currently having right now. A lot of people, they don't want to get rejected, so they don't put themselves out there, especially if they in the past been hurt, whether it's by a guy or it's by a woman or whatever it is. If they've been hurt before, listen, it's making it very difficult to trust the other person or trust anyone else in general. Because let me see what Slim says. Slim says something. Slim said she would walk away. Okay, I understand, Slim, what you're saying. You could walk away and you give up all that time that you put in. And, sometimes it depends on the situation, Slim. You know what I mean? For me, I don't think walk away is always the answer. So it depends on how much energy you put in this relationship. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Like, if you put a lot in this relationship, you gotta keep fighting. As long as the person is not out there cheating on you, as long as that person is not abusing you, whether it's mentally or whether it's physically, I think everything else you guys could work. Whether it's getting counseling or just changing certain attitudes or whatever it is that the other person don't like. Because I can tell you this one, I have a lot of friends who have been married for a long time, and all of them keep saying the same thing to me. They say, listen, I've been married to my wife for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50, whatever and all of them always say the same thing. They say, listen, for me to make my marriage work, I have to give up everything. I don't understand what that means. As a young guy, I'm like looking at that like, what do you mean you give up everything? I don't get it. What does that even mean? You have to give up everything. So I started doing some digging and some researching, and what I found out is, in order to make your wife happy, you have to do a few things. You know what I mean? But the main thing that all wife wants their husband to do, or boyfriend or whatever, is just to listen and don't cheat on them. You know what I mean? That's the main thing. Listen to them, don't cheat on them. Treat them nicely. And if you do that, you don't gonna have a lot of problems. You have small stuff, like if you walk in and you were to look at somebody, or like someone looking at you and you look like the person, like small fights like that is okay.
because that's not necessarily cheating. Like, I don't know, do you guys consider that as cheating if a guy looks at somebody else while he's with you? Because guys might think differently from, you know, a female. You know, female might think that's kind of like a cheating. You know what I mean? Like, oh, maybe this guy's lusting. Why are you looking at her? You with me kind of situation. I've seen that a lot. But I'm here to tell you guys right now that's here listening and watching. Guys get distracted really, really, really easy. It's a proven fact to me and all my studies and research that woman is actually more advanced than men. Boys always advance than girls. No, it doesn't work like that. Girls are always advanced. I know boys might be good in some sports or whatever it is, but still, the truth is, women are more advanced. This is just the reality. So, but guys are very easy to get distracted. So, in those situations, you would find that these guys could easily, like, it doesn't matter if you are I would say a preacher, you're in church or whatever it is, because whatever your religion is, men is always fighting the urge not to look at another woman. So, like for me, when I used to go to church back then, I always try to look straight because I didn't want anyone to say, "Oh, I'm looking at them." You know, so I always try to keep my head straight. So even if someone walked right in front of me, I'm not turning my head because once you turn your head, that's it. That's a dead giveaway that you're looking at the person. You just got to focus on whatever you're doing. If you're listening to the pastor preach, you know, you're reading your Bible, or you know, you're talking to whoever you're with. You know, that's the thing. You have to pay attention to what you're doing. Now, I can say, guys, for the most part, this is very difficult for most men, but it's doable. So that's what I'm here to share with you, that it's doable. So what this guy did to his wife, or soon to be wife, fiance, I don't think it was acceptable. So many of you guys say, you know, you would have walked away, but I get it, you know, because in a situation like this, I think it's okay to walk away. You know what I mean? And as I said, I have friends who actually walked away because of this situation. You know what I mean? Because if you're not being treated with love, or like this person really care about you, running away. Slim says, crazy what he did. Yes, Slim, it's kind of crazy what he did. Like, I'm looking at the fact that, first of all, she gave up her family, mom, sister, everybody in the house. She gave up to move to another state. And instead of you treat her like how you're supposed to treat her, because you know, apparently you loved her enough to bring her and be like, listen, live with me, now you're pregnant, we raise a kid together, you know, hopefully we get married in the future, all that stuff. Now, whatever it has to do with her parents, you know, maybe he doesn't want her to be too close with her mom. You know, many people might not understand that concept. I think it's kind of selfish for him to even consider something like that. Like, you know, I don't want, like, for me, like, to be honest, like, whenever my mom, you know, if she's coming to see me or whatever situation is, I don't think anyone could be like, you know what, I don't want your mom to come over or anything like that. It doesn't matter where I'm at. You know, I make sure I surround myself where in any situation, you know, my family don't get disrespected. Because at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to respect your family, so you have to respect my family. So when you find someone who's disrespecting your family, I guarantee you, it's only a matter of time before that person disrespects you. This is just the reality. They will disrespect you. So whatever they do, like for instance, you know, I always share this with friends, or like I say, usually my brother, he would call me. He's always having some kind of you know, issue, relationship issue, and he would call me, right? And half the time, he always want to be right. Like he always think that, oh, I'm doing the right thing. And whenever I try to say, listen, dude, you did the wrong thing, he never wants to accept it. You know, he's just really, I think it's that macho thing. Like most guys, they have to be macho. You know what I mean? And most of them was taught to be macho at a young age. Like when you're a boy, like for me, um, relatives of mine, used to say like whenever I was a kid and I would be crying, they'd be like, why you crying? Why are you crying? You're not a girl. Don't cry. And this is what messed most men out because they were raised a certain kind of way. Because I promise you this, as a mom and a dad, if you raise your child the right way, they will not grow up and treat women in a disrespectful way. Promise you that. So it's all depend on the parents. Parents is the key. Listen, like all these things that you see happening in the streets, whether the guys are cheating, whether it's a gangster, whatever the situation might be, this all started at home. All this thing, listen, for kids, home is the first classroom. That's even before they start going to school. They're already picking up stuff in the home. So when they go to school and they learn whatever they learn in school, if you don't prepare them at home, when they go to school, they're going to act a fool. This is just the reality that people know. Yeah. Well, Slim said men cry in the dark. I don't really know if they cry in the dark, but I know that if they get hurt, they always try to hold it in. It's a macho thing, you know what I mean? Men don't like to show that they can be sensitive. They always have to show that I'm in control of something. Like I'm not crying. So when they hurt, they cry. Like for me, Slim, you kind of right. There was a point in my life when I cried. In a relationship, kind of crying. Yeah. But you know what? Those tears that I shed because of relationship issues, and this is the first time I'm saying this, and I'm live saying this, it's a good thing that, I don't have like millions of people, viewing my live right now, so it would be hard for me to say this, but crying, guys, I never felt weird when I cried because I'm hurt because of, past, relationship or whatever it is. I never felt weird crying, but I'm just saying now that I'm grown, it's not happening, guys. No, sir. Like, I would say, listen, my crying days are over. Now I'm more mature and everything that I do it to a T. Like, I'm not saying that I will never cry because it's possible that in some situation I could cry, depends, like for instance a loved one passed away or whatever it is, yeah, I could cry for that, which is cool. Oh, okay, someone just tuned in, let me see who it is. A Time to Walk with Yevgen is here. Thank you guys for tuning in from Ukraine. I didn't say, I'm just trying to share this story. Thank you. What's his name? Yevgen from Ukraine. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up since you're here. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I was talking about just doing the right thing in general. Sorry you missed it. I've been here now for a while. For everyone that's here, make sure you guys are connected. It doesn't have to be a full house to connect. As long as you don't know the person, just say, listen, you know what? You could do the back and forth thing, or you could just write the names down and you could go back and you could do it later, which is pretty cool. Basically, since you just, got here, thank you for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Since you just got here, I just wanted to paraphrase. Basically, I was just talking about doing the right thing. You know what I mean? It's not only in relationship. I think you should do the right thing in general. So for me personally, if someone is expecting, that's a big deal right there. You know what I mean? She's carrying a lot on her mind and her body. So you have to really be, careful with what you say and how you treat her. So for him to react in such a way, especially when she's expecting, I think that was not cool move to make. Really, I didn't really support that kind of move to, not support her, especially in that kind of time, which, whatever the situation is, you should always let it go and just understand the simple fact that, if you're about to marry this woman, you're basically marrying her family as well. You're marrying into that bloodline. So once you're marrying into that bloodline, you're actually marrying her family. It's kind of like dating. People don't understand. That's why I say, guys, for you guys that are out there, someone says something. Let me check to see what it says. Blair said I should not feel weird, crying, emotions and stuff. Blair, listen. To be honest, Blair, I'm not a macho man, but I believe that I'm a manly man, meaning like if I'm walking, I always try to walk behind, whoever I'm with, because I'm trying to protect whoever I'm with. That's the kind of man that I am. You have to protect the person that you're dating, or the person that you're engaged, or the person that you're married to. You should not be in front of that person. So there's rules. It's just kind of like, you whether it's a date or not, or it's a regular routine. If you get any chance to open a door for a woman, I know they say chivalry is dead, but it's not really dead. It's just that these young guys that's growing up now, they don't understand it. They don't get it, and most of them wasn't really taught that. You know what I mean? You should always respect women, and you should always try to help them every chance you get. Like, it's not only seeing a person crossing the road and be like, okay, let me help this lady cross the road, or she's carrying grocery, let me just help her carry these bags, or whatever it is. Or she's going on a bus with these bags, let me help her up the steps, or whatever. I'm just saying that for kids, like for instance, for me, I never in my entire life volunteer. Now, the reason why I never volunteered, because I wasn't taught. It's like, it was something like growing up in the neighborhood, growing up in the hood. I was never taught to do these things. And believe it or not, these things are very important. Like, every kid should learn how to volunteer. Whether it's helping a neighbor. Like, what it's like, because you can have your kids and you teach your kids these small responsibilities, and they grow up and they keep it with them. Like, if there's an elderly neighbor live next door, and she can't cut her lawn, she don't have the money to, you should be able to go over there, volunteer your time, be like, listen, you didn't cut your lawn, I noticed that you got weeds and stuff, can I help you out? And you just do it for them, like, just randomly. People, Blair, are not like that anymore. You know what I mean? People don't do stuff like that. So that's the reason why people say chivalry is dead. Because in a way, people kind of feel like it's dead. And I think a lot of people, I would say, invest so much in a relationship, and they get hurt. So I think that's the main thing to think about, guys. Think about it for a minute. You invest a lot in a relationship, and at the end of the day, you get hurt. Now, I don't think it's really nice, for you to invest all that time into this particular person, and in return, you get nothing out of it. I don't really think that's really cool. I don't really think that's a nice thing to do, but these things happen, guys. Like, on a regular day basis. That's why, if I could tell, advise all my friends, but people don't listen. People are stubborn. People want to do things their way, even though most of the time, the way they're doing things is not always the right way. Let me see what did Slim says something. Let me see what she said. Yeah, Slim says kids these days they don't really do that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, you're right, and that's why people do believe that chivalry is dead. I'm just saying that no matter how you look at it, guys, the bottom line is if more people, doesn't matter if it's a man or woman, because men or women are both doing things that are just out of the box. Like you'd be like, wow, she did what? Or wow, he did what? Like you find these people like every day. Like everyone that's on right now, I guarantee you, you know somebody that did something that you'd be like, what? You can't believe it because people are just doing stuff that are just weird. And I believe that these people that are doing these things, they just wasn't taught. And that's my main thing. I always try to share every chance I get. If you was not taught, oh, a matter of fact, Slim, my grandma, who, I was living with since I was a kid, she would always say, being respectful and treating people the way you want to be treated is the key to take you anywhere you want to go. And I do believe that. That respect is always the key. And when you treat people the way how you want to be treated, trust me, chances are you're not going to have any problems. Now, I'm saying if in a relationship, the male and the female were to do something like this, were to just treat each other the way they want to be treated, you wouldn't have any problems. But as I said earlier, I do believe that in relationship, it depends on the figure. You have male who are more dominant, and you have some women who are more dominant. So you have some male control the relationship, and some female control the relationship. Now, I'm not saying it's right, but all over the world, this is the way it is. Now, so here, like in the States here, and places in Europe as well, whenever a woman try to take charge or try to help out in a certain kind of way, people looks at it like some kind of a taboo, like, oh, your woman is not supposed to do that, or whatever the case might be. You know what I mean? It's like, for instance, right now, here in the States, I don't think it really happened nowhere else around the world, but I think it does happen, but it's just not on a big, wide scale. Here, you have a lot of male who can choose to be, how do you call it? House male? House male? Stay-at-home dad? Maybe, I think it's a stay-at-home dad. I'm not really sure, but if I'm incorrect, you guys can correct me. The point is, people now are choosing to live different lifestyle. Like, most people don't know what kind of role to play. They don't really get that. Like, in everything, whether it's at your job or playing a game or on a team, whatever it is, everyone has to come together and work. Yes, basically, this topic is about the goodness of people. Many people, they don't understand what good really is because they wasn't really taught how to be good, how to be respectful. Like for me, being positive, being a person who believe that men should live and be happy and women should live and be happy just the same. Not everyone believe in this. What did it say? Let me see. Someone says something. Time to Walk with Yevin says that this is very important topic. Okay, yes, it's very important. This really needs. Okay, so Yevgen said, in every family, you need God. And what he's saying is actually have truth to it. Many people don't really believe it, but yes, they believe, especially, you know, my parents, they believe that once you put God in the middle of any relationship or friendship or whatever it is, that it will work. Um, I know in some cases these things might not go together like we want it to, but for the most part, when you put God in the middle, there's some kind of bond that's happening right there that keep things intact because you know the Bible have rules, and if the husband is following the rules and the wife is following the rules, everyone would kind of work together and make it work. I think, you know what I mean, for God's sake they would actually make it work. So I understand what um, Yevgen is saying, which is pretty cool. Many people don't really believe in that kind of stuff, but the bottom line is, you know, we all as people should have to learn that, you know, once you put God in the middle of your household, or you know what I mean, husband and wife, and everything usually work out. These are actually facts, you know, and everyone around the world, they believe this simple facts that God usually make everything better. This is just the reality. And so Yevgeny is absolutely right when he said that, you know what I mean, that you put God in the middle, everything, you know, will work out. But on some instances, which I get it, on some instances, there's so many people like, okay, I don't really get into, I don't want to get into too much details, but I can say from my experience and what I have seen, um, in not every relationship where the husband and wife or the boyfriend and girlfriend are on the same level when it has to do with, you know, putting God in the middle. Um, Sometimes the wife is more saved, sometimes the husband is more saved, and but they still make it work, which that's actually a miracle right there. But it really works, and those relationship works, those marriage works, because whatever party it is, they understand and they accept the husband for the way he is, because at the end of the day, you know, he has to um, deal with the consequences. You know, oh, Kimmy is here. Thank you. You know, Kimmy, you missed the conversation. It's basically, let me give you the heads up. I know you might go back and kind of get an idea of what the story was about. Um, just quick headline, since Kimmy, since you just came in, you know, don't forget to give me a thumbs up since you're here. We're just having a quick conversation about a story that I shared. It was about a female leaving, you know, my state to go to Florida because her long distance boyfriend came here. She got pregnant, got engaged, and she left her mom's house to live with him in Florida. And then it turns out that he didn't really want her mom around when she was having a difficult pregnancy. It was really difficult for her, Kimmy, and it turns out that she don't know what to do, and she's actually still stuck there because she really don't want to leave him, you know, because he hates her mom, you know what I mean? So, and she's pregnant, you know, so if she leaves, she's gonna like in a messed up stage, so she's very confused at this time, you know. So Kimmy, was this a quick story, and now we're just talking about it, about goodness, about, you know, relationship, and you know what he did was really, you know, messed up. But at the end of the day, I would say you know, relationships are not always good, but everything that happens is all learning experience. And I believe that in any relationship, you should learn and grow. I believe that every relationship, you should not take away anything bad from that relationship, because everything that you get from that relationship is a learning experience. You learn what not to do. So when you're in your next relationship, you know how to maneuver around things. You know, so if you keep dating and having different relations and you're not really considering on these message or these experiences that you've been having, then yeah, you're gonna keep repeating the same cycle, because the truth is you're not really learning. And you should learn. Every time you're in a relationship, you should pick up something. So if you're thinking that, okay, you know what, you're not really learning anything, the bottom line is you should always learn a lesson in a relationship. Not all relationship make it. So if I were to say, oh, all relationship will prosper if you put God in the middle, I would have to say I don't know about that, because especially in today's world with the, you know, demons running wild, the devil, whatever you want to call it, running wild, and all these people doing crazy things in the streets, even to this day, you know what I mean? People just still doing crazy stuff. Like they don't even get it with all this virus running around. People still out there doing stuff. Like, like really? Like even with everything, it doesn't really phase you, and that just shows you like most people, they don't have any God within them, so they can't behave godly because they don't know God. You know, for someone, you know, behave in a godly way, they have to know God, they have to understand what God is all about. Many people, they don't know. So the bottom line is, I just have to say to you guys that it's not easy, but it's doable. And for everyone that tuned in tonight just to listen to this quick story, you know, I appreciate you guys. You know, I've been here for a while. I was trying to wait to see who else, you know, was tuning in, because this was kind of unexpected. Um, and for everyone who's still here, I just want you guys to know that I'm kind of planning on doing more live stream and share more stories. Um, okay, you know, Slim, I see you doing that back and forth stuff. You know, everyone is really, you know what I mean, try to share the love, and you know, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. Um, you know, that's what my channel is about. You know, everybody connect. You know, everyone who shows up, just show love, and that's just what the bottom line is about. Kimmy, oh, I thought you okay. I'm happy that Kimmy is still here. Let me see what Kimmy said. He said you just have to let them figure out their own intervention. Okay, really? That's true. That's true, Kimmy. I absolutely agree. In every relationship, everyone has to learn on their own. That's just the bottom line. You know, you can't learn for somebody else. You know, they make the choice, and sometimes they have to live with it. Like all of us in relationship, we made a choice and we have to live with it. You know, I just felt bad, Kimmy, for this particular woman who, like, she gave up everything and just moved to Florida to have her fiance, like, treat her like, you know what I mean, her mom is, it's not really important. Like, her mom is a nobody. Like, you just listen to me and just me, and that's it. Now, I understand why she would be confused, because, you know, anyone would be confused. Oh, okay, thank you. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up as soon as you hop in. There's some of my friends here. Marriage to Marijuana is in the house. Thank you so much for tuning in, my friends. Also, since you just tuned in, let me give you a quick update on the story, because I know you guys probably miss out like a lot because you just, you know, showed up now. Quick, you know, overall of what, you know, I was talking about. It was a story about, you know, someone here in New Jersey pick up and leave and go to Florida to live with her fiance, and she was pregnant. And the whole story started that she was having like a bad pregnancy or whatever, and it turns out that her her boyfriend or fiance, didn't really want her mom to come to his house to help out his fiance because she was having a bad pregnancy. She was like, I think she is right now. I think she's maybe 9 months or whatever. But at the time when it happened, she was like 8 months, and she didn't really know what to do, which is weird, But that's just the bottom line of things that happen, So I was just talking about relationship, like, because she don't know what to do now, because now she's have to choose between her mom and her fiance. Because our fiance don't really care about her mom. I'm like, listen, I care about you. I don't care about your mom. But not everyone feel this way. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, in some relationship, people just really don't care, about the parents. It's like if someone is in a relationship, their mentality is, listen, I just care about you. I don't care about your brother, your mom, your dad, your grandma. And it shouldn't be like that. Because once you in a relationship, you have to think about the other person's family. Because you're basically married into her family. So when some people pretend like her family doesn't exist or his family doesn't exist, that's like weird right there, because it happened all the time, guys, where people just don't want to accept. They'll be like, listen, now I care for you, I'll accept you, but I don't want to accept your mom and your dad and your brothers and your sister. So I'm just saying, like, if you happen to dating anyone, and if firsthand you notice that they don't really care about your family, then okay, that's a bad idea. I'm talking about like real date. I'm not talking about somebody that you just like, okay, well, we just hang out and stuff like. I'm talking about if you consider that person to be like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you know what I mean? They should know, like brothers, sisters, like that. That's normal. You know what I mean? Like, a matter of fact, even if you're just a friend, you should know, like, you know what I mean, who is in your friend's life. Like, does he live with his mom? He lives with his, sister and his own grandma. Sister. You need to know at least small details. So if you're hanging with somebody and you don't know anything about that person, I would say that's not your friend. That's not your boyfriend. So you can't even really think like, oh, this person is your boyfriend, because the truth be told, you don't know this person. You don't know anything about them. You probably know what they told you, but you haven't really seen any of their family or relatives. No, it doesn't work like that. Maybe in a sense where if it's like a long distance relationship where you guys on the phone and you guys FaceTiming or whatever, so you get to see what's his house look like, what his apartment looks like outside, what kind of car he drives, like small details like that, what kind of job he does. Like, you could know those things, but I'm just saying, like, you're not really close until you start knowing more about his family. What did Slim say? Let me see what she said. I know someone who would think that. Whoa, wow, Slim. It's almost 12 a.m. Well, over here, Slim, it's 1 o'clock. And, I didn't even really expect to be on today. Like I said, as soon as I got this story, I was like, wow, this is crazy that people still doing stuff like this, especially in times like this. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta treat whoever you're with, with respect and love. And if you can't do that, then you know what I mean. So I agree with what you guys said. I think it might be easier for her to walk away, but I'm just saying that to me it's kind of hard because she is his fiance and they live together, and she's pregnant. So for her to walk away now, it's kind of really, really difficult. You know what I mean? I understand that she'll get the help that she needs because she'll be with her mom. I get that part. You know what I mean? Being pregnant and having a bad pregnancy, and you do need the help. I get that part. So, but I don't think that she should just walk away, like 8 months pregnant and leaving your fiance because he don't really like your mom. You know what I mean? That's kind of like tough. If you guys really think about it. Let's see what Sim says. I watch cooking show. Maybe you should watch a cooking show. Maybe you should have. Well, the thing is, while I could talk to the female, the male is a little bit not necessarily on the private side, but he is more like on the stubborn side, like meaning that he's like really selfish, Kimmy, and he just wants things his way. So it's hard to talk to someone who wants his thing. She was the one who's actually put it out there, and let me know about it. So it's kind of hard because she's in a position where she don't know what to do right now. So I cannot convince her and say, well, you should leave him, because I think that's a bad idea for me to even say something like that to anyone who's going through any kind of drama where they have to leave, what I mean, their baby father or their fiance, and being pregnant, 8 months pregnant, whatever it is. I just think that's just a bad idea, you know what I mean? Because, okay, on one hand, I think maybe what he's doing is some kind of mental abuse. But I don't think she would have said something. I don't think he ever really touched her in a physical way. So I know it's not physical abuse. So it's very difficult. That's why I'm here on live with you guys, because I don't know what to say to someone who's in her position. So Kimmy, you really have to think about her position. This is her position. She moved from New Jersey, right? She left her mom because she was living with her mom. She moved from New Jersey because she's pregnant and moved and lived in Florida. She doesn't know anyone in Florida. He's working, so he goes to work, she's home and all that stuff. But she's having a bad pregnancy. I don't know bad pregnancy. I don't really know what that's about. I don't really know much about that kind of stuff. For my kids, she and my wife never had that kind of problems, so she's always good. But the bottom line is, some people do have bad pregnancies, like really bad, like the whole pregnancy they're just sick and weak and all kinds of stuff. Like, so some people do have those kind of pregnancy, and sometimes you need help because to help walk you or whatever the situation might be. Now, because he's put his foot down and said, listen, you know what, I don't want your mom at my house. That's where it started. And then he said, if your mom like visit Florida, she's probably gonna have to stay in a hotel, or she's probably gonna have to rent an apartment, and you have to go visit her. But he doesn't want her mom at his house. So that's where the stress started, where she felt like she was in a tough position because on one hand she needed the help, on the other hand that's her mom. And for him to be like, listen, I don't want your mom at my house, that put her in a position. But I don't think that they're really at that point where she'd be like, you need to pack her stuff and be like, listen, I'm leaving. You know what I mean? Because that's really difficult. You gotta think about it. Packing your stuff and leaving your fiance because he doesn't want your mom at his house. While that's really hurtful and selfish, I don't really think that she should leave him because of that. However, I do believe that this is a sign that things have a potential of getting worse. In every relationship, these small signs. Because I consider this as a really small sign, but this is just one of those signs. Like if you're dating someone or if the person is your fiance, if your friend can't come to the house, your mom can't come to the house, that's a sign. That's like a red flag. So some people ignore it and be like, well, you know what, I still stay with him. And it's only gonna be a matter of time before things escalate into something else. And things change all the time, escalate into something else, you know. So bottom line is it's hard, and I don't know what to say. And I know some people they don't want to get involved in other people's mayhem or relationship, whatever you want to call it, or drama, whatever. But I say, like, if it's someone that you know and they come to you and they be like, listen, this is how I'm feeling, you should always try to comfort that person. Like, no matter who it is, if it's a friend or a family member, they come to you and they're confused and they don't know what to do. I said, always, guys, try to comfort this person. Like, you know, talk to them and listen to what they say. Because from me and my experience, when people are going through things like this, they really need you to listen. That's the bottom line. That's what they want. They want you to listen to what they have to say. They don't really want to hear what you have to say or your opinion. It's just that this stuff is basically over their head and it's stressing them out. And they'll be like, listen, you know what? I need to talk about this because I really don't know what to do. You know? And maybe you could be a support system. You know what I mean? Not really what... Because the thing is, listen. Like my dad, he always said to me, he would say, do not get involved in your friends or your family's relationship. My dad, that's like one of his, like anytime we talk about relationship or anything like that, he would always say that. Do not get in other people's relationship. Now, I know what he means by that, and most of you guys get what he's saying, because that's a fact. However, if you have a friend or a family member who's being hurt, you have the right to comfort that family member or friend. You know what I mean? When they're being hurt in that kind of way. You know, it doesn't matter by who. You know, you comfort them. You don't have to necessarily say anything. True. They ask you for... Exactly, Slim. If they ask for some kind of advice, you know, you try to comfort them. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you're not telling, like, these people, whoever is going through this drama, what to do. However, even though you're not telling them what to do, you're trying to give them a shoulder to lean on. So that's the main key. You know what I mean? Giving a friend or a family member a shoulder to lean on, because the truth be told, they're going through something, you know, some kind of stress. And whenever someone is going through some kind of stress, you know, I believe that you need to be there for them as a friend or as a family member, you know. But I don't think you should really like tell them, listen, oh, you know, you need to leave him, he's no good. Because I know some people do that. A lot of family, a lot of friends, they jump into other people's relationship or whatever it is, and they would tell the other person, leave. Now, for me personally, I wouldn't do that. You know why? Because whatever they're going through, everyone, doesn't matter who you are, has a limit. Everyone, it doesn't matter who you are, have a limit. Okay? And as soon as she gets to that boiling point, she's gonna be like, you know what, that's it. They probably gonna come to you and be like, listen, that's it, I can't take it anymore. And if they need help to get out of the situation, I said, listen, if it's a family member and a friend, you gotta help them. If you can, you know what I mean? Like, if you can. But you gotta help them. Because as long as they come to you and they be like, listen, I need help, I had enough, whatever the situation is, I'm out, all I need is a ride to go here or whatever it is, And then that's it. You give them a ride, or if they be like, listen, you know what, I need to take a bus or a train or whatever it is, or Uber. I don't have any money. I just need just the help. You know how many times I seen people being in that kind of predicament. I don't really want to go into these stories, but if I decide to come on a live stream and start sharing with you some of the things that friends and family members and other people have shared with me, what they go through, and I could share how I help. Like now, I really didn't really say anything on this situation because honestly, it's kind of complicated. I don't know, and most of you guys can really agree. It's really complicated. Many people, they just wouldn't really know what to do in this situation. You know what I mean? Because first of all, um, the person is living out of state because they moved from where you know, it was easy for you guys to like connect. It was close by. You could drive to see her, whatever it is. But she moved because she was pregnant to live with him, and now they having these problems in another state. So it's not much you can do. I say, you can try to support her over the phone. Because that pretty much that's what I do. Just try to support and just tell them to be strong, and whatever choice they make, you just support that person. That's just the bottom line. When someone make a particular choice, um, even sometimes you might not agree with the choice. If it's a friend or family, I said, as long as you're really cool with them, you support them. This is always a key for me, and I do believe that. But that's just basically what I wanted to share with you guys today. I don't really have much else to share. It was just this one topic, but I have many, I should say, many different stories that friends and family have shared with me along the way. And even if any one of you guys happen to have a story that you would like to share with me, but you want me to twist it in my words and put it out there, if you don't want to put it on your channel, I could always flip it around. It's pretty much up to you. Or you could just, shoot me an email. You have everything there. For everyone that tuned in today, really happy for the support. Appreciate you guys. As I said, I've been here for a while now, and it wasn't really my intention, but thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for everyone who gave me a big thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys for that. And as you can see, hold up, let me see. These are some of the sounds that I've been listening to. It's relaxing sound. Oh, Slim, I see you still here. Yes, Slim. Since it wasn't really my intention to be here, I don't really want to stay on live too long. I'm making plans for my upload, because I upload a video every weekend, maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday, but I just want to work on it at least tomorrow. Maybe I could upload it. This was just a live, because I'm trying to get more comfortable with the live stream. Not only that, I noticed for some reason I haven't been getting a lot of watch time, so I'm trying to build up my watch time. So I figured, you know what, the best way to do it, like many of the people that I have been seeing here on YouTube, they build up their watch time by doing this live stream thing. So I'm just trying to get more comfortable with the live stream thing. I see you guys still here. Kimmy is still here. Let me see what Kimmy said. Kimmy said something. Kimmy said if her mom is going to stay there 3 days. The problem is, Kimmy, her mom, even if she decided to travel from New Jersey to Florida to help out her daughter, is going to be in a hotel. Now, her daughter is pregnant. She's the one who's having a difficult pregnancy. And her mom is not working because she's retired. and her mom have the time to travel to Florida to help her out because the husband is working and she doesn't know anyone in Florida. So that's my take on it, because I felt weird about the whole situation because she doesn't know anyone else in Florida. He took her away from her family here in New Jersey and he took her to Florida. So that's the issue that I don't understand. So when she wants to get help, he's refusing to help her and he's telling her, listen, well, let your mom, visit, and she stay in a hotel, and if you want, you could go and stay with your mom in the hotel. That's, to me, it's kind of like a big red flag. You telling your fiance, go and stay with your mom in a hotel because I don't want your mom at my house. Now, so Kimmy, don't you think that's like a huge red flag? I'm just saying that not many people would be able to do something like that. You know what I mean? And be comfortable, living in a house with your fiance and going through a difficult pregnancy, and he don't want to help. Like, actually, Slim, that's kind of a slap in the face. You're right. I'm just telling you, like, she did all that. Like, picture that. Like, you guys that are on right now, any one of you guys, just think about it. Because I always say, and I just said it earlier, in order for you to understand what someone is going through, you have to try your best to put yourself in that person's position. Old school people said, oh, you should try to put yourself in their shoes. I don't really know all that shoe stuff. I just say try to put yourself in their position, in their situation, and see how you would feel about it. And when I say position, many people might not understand it. I said, okay, picture this. I say something rude in a restaurant or whatever to a female, and she smacked me. And you'd be like, damn, how does that feel? I was like, okay, you want to know how that feel? You go over there and say this to this female so you can see how that feels. You know what I mean? And they're going to be like, listen, I don't want to get smacked. So the whole idea is for you to really understand what a person is going through, you have to actually put yourself in their shoes. Many people, they have a lot to say, and they only have a lot to say because they're not in that person's shoes. Like, it's easy to talk. I don't know. Was it Biggie Small that says talk is cheap? Or was it DMX? I don't know. But someone once said talk is cheap. I heard it a long time ago. And to me personally, I think they're right. So the bottom line is that I'm trying to share with you guys is when a woman give up everything to be with someone that she said, okay, I'm going to be spending the rest of my life with this person, and they surprise them with something like this, like how does that person react? Like let me see what Blair said on him. Blair said staying in a hotel could be expensive. It's coming out to, yes, Blair. Basically, if the mom coming out and she have to stay in a hotel to help her daughter who's having a bad pregnancy, just thinking about it. For many of you guys that are on now, some have kids, some don't. But if you have kids, you might have an idea what a difficult pregnancy look like, or probably is like. You know what I mean? Most men, we don't have a clue what you guys really go through or feel. You know what I mean? But having a difficult one, you really need some kind of help and support. So for her fiance, listen, they're not even married. That's the thing that kind of like, throw me off, because first of all, I'm happy that she moved and she's living her life, and she's gonna get married and she's pregnant, and everything looks good. They have a house together and all that stuff. So everything looks good. And then out of the blue, she never seen this side before because they were doing a long distance relationship. So that's the issue that I'm trying to share with you guys and hear like your guys' take on it, because I know it's kind of messed up, guys. Like, I didn't know people could really do like this kind of stuff, like especially, you know, being pregnant and all. I'm just thinking that it has to be really hard for her to even consider in leaving, because she moved out there, so now she figured, okay, now I have a home and I'm living with my fiance. So whatever my fiance does, now I have to stay, I have to deal with it, you know. But the thing is, guys, whenever a man react in this kind of way, there's no telling what he will do. Like, yeah, okay, well, Slim says that maybe instead of telling his pregnant wife to go and stay with her mom in the hotel, Slim is saying that it should be the other way around. Why, if he doesn't get along with the mom, he should be like, listen, you know what? Your mom could come, she could stay with you at the house, but because me and your mom don't get along or whatever the situation is, I'll probably just go in a hotel. I stay in a hotel for a few days while she stay with you and help you out with the baby, or stay a few days, help you out with your difficult pregnancy that you're having. You know what I mean? So Slim, I kind of get what you're saying. You have a point. I think if he was man enough, he should have really, tried to help. Because the bottom line is, he's not helping, her mom. He's really helping his fiance who's pregnant, who's having a difficult pregnancy. So I don't understand how he made it about him, about himself. So that was kind of confusing to me. So, I just decided, you know what, I have to put it out there and kind of get your guys' feedback with what's happening. Well, Blair, I think he doesn't like her mom, but that's a normal. A lot of relationship, either the husband or the wife or the fiance or whatever it is, boyfriend, girlfriend, they're gonna be someone in the family that they probably don't get along with or don't really like. Like, yo, man, I don't really like your brother. Oh, I don't like your sister. I don't like your cousin. I don't like your mom. I don't like your dad. You know what I mean? I don't like your uncle, aunt, whatever. Most relationship, you'll find someone who don't like someone in your family. You know what I mean? That's just like becomes like a normal thing, but it's not right. And any good woman should not be dating a guy who do not like your family member. Like, he should be able to learn how to get along with your brother, sister, whoever it is, even if he doesn't like them. Because first of all, if he doesn't like them, he doesn't have to talk about these family member or talk or have a conversation, whatever it is. But at the same time, you have to be able to be civil, which means you have to be able to see this family member and say hi. Or if this family member will be like, oh, can I have something to drink? You'll be like, okay, no problem, and give it to them. You don't have to be friends with this family member. I'm not saying that, but at the end of the day, it's a respect. If you love your wife, your fiance, and your girlfriend, you should respect her mom, her dad, whoever she has as family member. Because, as I said earlier, she has the same blood like these people. And if you're dating or whatever you're doing it within the family. It's like your family and her family coming together. This is real thing. And this is like something that people been saying now for probably a few hundred years now. So all over the world, this is something that's normal. If my family come and your family come at the same wedding, now they become one big family. Everybody connected. So I'm just thinking that's like a red flag for the simple fact that she does not like him and he doesn't like her. I just don't really support the idea of family not liking each other. You know what I mean? That's not good. And I know they say blood is thicker than the water, whatever. I don't really buy into that stuff. I just believe that you just got to do the right thing, be good to people in general, and in a situation like this where she clearly needed help, Blair. Like I said, let me see what Blair said. Oh, that was Kimmy. Yeah, as Kimmy, you're absolutely right. When someone is having a difficult pregnancy, Kimmy, you know firsthand, especially maybe if it's a high risk or anything like that, your baby can develop issues, and that's just the reality. So he might not thinking how it can affect his own unborn child, because now you're putting more stress on your fiance. Because if she didn't needed the help and having a bad pregnancy, I don't think she would have been like, listen, because even before she called her mom, that's her fiance. So she talked it over with her fiance, be like, listen, like she would say, oh, hun, you know what? I really need the help. It's hard for me. I can't do anything, and I need my mom to help me out or something like that. You know, I don't see an issue with having the mom come into the house. He's probably going to be working. Let me see what Blair said. Maybe I think the mom and the guy, she didn't really say what the issue is about, but he used to visit from Florida, come into New Jersey. He stayed at the mom house, spend some time, and that's when she got pregnant. She actually got pregnant in New Jersey, and then, she was the one who said that, okay, you want to be with your baby, or you want your baby to be here, you want to do the back and forth thing. So he suggested that, listen, you know what, she should move to Florida. So when she moved to Florida, they could marry and just raise their kid together. So I don't think he has any problems with his fiance. He just don't want her family to be a part of it. Like for instance, like after the baby, like, is born and all that stuff, I guarantee you, the mom can't really go to the house to see the baby and all these things. And if she do go to the house, she can't really stay there. She only could just go there to see the baby. Oh, Kiki is here. Kiki, since you're here, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. You're just tuning in. So Kiki, you probably missed most of the story. Let me see if I could give you a quick preview of what I was talking about. So Kiki, quick preview. Someone here from New Jersey was having difficulties. They didn't know what to do. She have a long distance relationship. Turns out that boyfriend visit New Jersey, got her pregnant, came back, engaged her, went back to Florida. She decided to move down to live with him in Florida. Turns out that they're having issues because now that she's having a difficult pregnancy and she needed the help from her mom. And it turns out that he refused to let the mom come to the house. He told her specifically, like, I don't want your mom at my house. If your mom wants to help you, she has to rent some kind of apartment or stay into a hotel, and you need to go and stay with her in the hotel. So the bottom line is, Kiki, since you just tuned in, that was a quick highlight of the story today. And it turns out that she's very confused at this point. She don't know what to do. So that's what the conversation that we're having here on the live stream. People are saying that, this guy is really messed up for, advising his fiance who's pregnant and who's having a difficult pregnancy to leave his house to go stay with her mom in a hotel because he doesn't want her mom to come to his house. So, Kiki, if you're still there, so that's pretty much what the story is about. Yes, it's a very touchy subject because I don't think that was really cool for anyone to even put a person in that position. You know, can you think about it for a minute? Like, I've been saying earlier, Kiki, that if people would just put themselves in her position, you know, how would they deal with it? Some people say they would probably leave, and I'm saying it's difficult for her to leave. You know, maybe she doesn't have the money, and remember, you know, she doesn't know anyone in Florida. She's not working in Florida. You know what I mean? And she's pregnant, and she's having a difficult pregnancy. So for her to just pick up and go to the airport, she's not driving. It's very difficult, you know. And for me personally, I would not, you know, tell her, oh, you need to leave your fiance, because I don't think that's a good idea for me to even say something like that. Um, I'm just saying that if she's having a difficult pregnancy, um, and she's not getting the help she needs, I think she just have to just be strong and try to figure out what to do after, you know, she give birth, which is, probably in a month. So it's not easy. I would say it's a very difficult subject. Um, and for me, I might not have the answers because I don't believe that I should really tell people what to do. I think people need to make their own choices, especially something as touchy as this subject. It's very difficult, you know, and I don't know. I just feel like in any situation, you know, everyone has problems. This is just the reality, guys. Like, everyone has some kind of problems, whether it's in their relationship or in their everyday life, or whether it's with family member or not. Now, that said and done, I'm very good at seeing signs. Like, I think that's one of my common sense. I have many common sense. Like a third eye kind of situation. I can see things. And whenever I meet up with people, whether it's a friend or family member for the first time, I can always tell whether these people is not genuine, or they're gonna be problems in the long run. Now, the only thing with me is sometimes I ignore these facts, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm just seeing things, or maybe I'm just hearing things, so I'm gonna let it slide. But for the most part, what you see in the beginning is just a taste of this personality and who he is, because the beginning they're supposed to be on their perfect behavior, like they're supposed to behave, they're supposed to be nice in the beginning, but after a while things change. Yes. So Slim, I've been here. Do you know what time it is? I've been here for a while, Slim. I had no idea I was even gonna be on live stream, and here I am. I mean, doing almost an hour and a half. I'm here, which is really really weird because this wasn't really in my plan or my intention. I just wanted to share this real story with you guys. Oh, yeah. Actually, 1:30, and I'm up. I'm probably gonna be on for a couple more minutes, Slim, because I'm kind of getting like all tired from just being on live. But I guess 10 more minutes is okay. I could do 10 minutes. I see that you guys are doing the back and forth thing anyway, getting to know each other, showing love or everything like that. Yeah, Kimmy, Yeah, definitely. I've been here for a while, as you can see, Kimmy. I appreciate you stopping by like always. Kimmy, I know that there might be a time difference where you live. So, you know what I mean? Like here, it's actually 1:30. So, you know, uh, I don't really have plans in the morning, but still, I want to get up early so I could get my uploads, for you guys who tune in. You guys know that I'm a kind of one video a week kind of uploader. Like I upload a video every week. For you guys that are here, you could know, I could kind of like put it out there so you guys could have an idea what kind of video I'm about to upload tomorrow since you're here. Um, Basically, I have been doing some experiments and oh yeah, but there's only 11:30. Unbelievable. Here, yeah, here's actually 1:30 in the morning. Yes, I'm probably gonna sleep for a few hours and I have to get up and then I have to work. Actually, listen, Kimmy, that's actually the best answer I have heard all night since I started this live stream. Guys, Kimmy said they should have used protection. I believe the reason why Kimmy said that because it's obvious that these young couples have no business, being engaged or having a baby. They're not ready for that kind of stuff. And not only that, um, I think it wasn't planned because remember, it's a long distance relationship. She's living in New Jersey. He's living in Florida. He visit New Jersey, and apparently, in the mom's house, she got pregnant. Um, they talk about it. She decided to move to live with him in Florida. Um, then they engaged. I guess they were thinking about a wedding in the future. So everything was new. Like they actually did it backwards because, like, I think even before she moved in, they should have really been married. I think that's the best way to do it. But I think the second way to do it is to move in before you're pregnant and live with this person for a while, like a test run to see like this person and their behavior. Everyone that tune in, make sure you give me a thumbs up if you didn't do so, um, because everyone has behavior, everyone has habits. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna be with someone, and you want to have kids with that person, I believe that there should be tests. You've got to test this person, whether you're a male or female. You have to see the limit. You know what I mean? Like you have to test this person's boiling point, like to see, like, okay, well, does this person really have patience for me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, Kimmy is like 12:33 over there, and okay, so here's a little bit. Time is a little bit ahead, but I always have to say that yeah, you have to test this person, whoever you date, in patience to see if this is the person you want to be with. Because most people that just jump into relationship because of what they seen in the beginning, like, what I mean, oh, he's good looking, oh, he's built, he works out a lot, like, what I mean, he looks like like a boxer or whatever, like, those kind of guy, so they see that, and that's automatically they make their decision based on that kind of looks. They don't really have deep conversation like that, and they don't try to test. You know what I mean? Because you should always give whatever the woman you date, whatever. It should be a test. Like for instance, a guy should do something simple. Like most guys, one of their tests is something simple like, oh, do you know how to cook? Can you cook? What can you cook? And then you'd be like, okay. put her in a situation and have her cook something for you to see if she's a good cook. Not every woman is a cook. I get it. Some people like to eat out. I get it. Some husbands don't have problem with that because they have money. They could eat out every day. So I get it. So it depends on whether the guy is rich, he has money or not. But that's a test for a man. He always asks if he could cook. You know what I mean? And if you have money, it doesn't matter or not. So I'm saying that women should do the same thing. You know, women should pretty much put the man through a series of tests just to see. You should not jump in a relationship and then have babies and then you engage and then you're finding out that this person don't really like any of your families and they're not thinking about what you're going through, because it's obviously for any woman, Blair and Kimmy, if you're there, if any woman who's having a difficult pregnancy, if you're the fiance or husband or boyfriend or whatever, you have to have patience with her and you have to understand her and you have to support her. So regardless if you don't like her brother, her sister, mom, dad, whoever it is, if she's going through something and she was like, oh, I need the support of my mom, you should be there for her. You'd be like, okay, no problem. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to get your mom here as soon as possible so your mom can help you out. That's what a good husband should, or a fiance or boyfriend should do. But in many instances, it doesn't really work out like that, guys. Sad to say, not everyone thinks like that. And it's just the sad reality of, you know, what life is really about. I just wanted to, you know, share that with you guys. I really appreciate you guys put your feedback in. You know, we've been hanging out for a while now. Let me see. Yeah, probably could hang around maybe for maybe a couple more minutes. Let me see what you guys are saying. Kima said, what did Slim said? Yes, she did. You said, this is she. Okay, so I see everyone is, you know, communicating, which is pretty neat. You know, I'm calling you. I don't know. I'm just saying I like to share info. So when you like to share info, you have a lot to say, so you have to say it. I could just only say a couple things, and you know, what I mean, that's it. It's done. But depends on the subject. The subject, you debate. You got to talk a lot. If you're a lawyer, you got to talk a lot. This is kind of like your job. This is what you do. You can't just be quiet or be on the hush about it. You got to say it. So for something like this, of course, I'm passionate about it. Like a preacher. Preacher, they're passionate about what they do and they go on forever. So because I'm passionate about, you know, what happened, because it's so crazy, yeah, bottom line is I have to just say it. And at the same time, you guys get to see me. It's almost, let me see how, it's almost 2 anyway. So I've been here for a while. You know, I appreciate you guys anyway for for being here, I should say. And, you know, I mean, just supporting me like always, you know, because as I said, I didn't really expect to be here on this live stream tonight. It was just like, I was just thinking about this whole situation and I was like, wow, you know, this is really messed up. And I just, you know, decided to share it with you guys, which is pretty cool. So for everyone that showed up, you know, Slim, you know, yeah, I know you're cool. You know, Kimmy is cool. Blair, you know, is cool. Sheldon is cool. You guys are always cool anyway. So I know there's a few of you guys that, you know, just tune in and, you know, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that. But as I said, you know, Blair, Slim, and Kimmy, you guys always have my back, so I don't really have to worry, you know, about it. You guys always show me love, you know what I mean? I just always wish more and more blessings on you guys because you're actually really good to me. And Kiki as well is pretty always good to me. A lot of you guys, always showing me love. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. As I said, this was just a random thing. I just wanted to share it. I was a bit passionate about it. So I decided to put it out there, So yeah, you guys have a good night as well. Well, it's morning, so I should say have a good morning. Um, but it is what it is, guys. So I'll see you guys. Maybe, maybe it's a bit tomorrow. Tomorrow, definitely, I'll do upload, guys. So you guys can definitely tune in for that one. So always get a little bit tricky when it's time to go. So let me see, guys. So have a good night, guys. Might take me a little while to tune it in.